All right, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Fan Therapy. Today we'll be talking about the Eagles again as we're coming up on our game against the Bengals this weekend. Coming off two wins, very exciting to be on the winning side of things after kind of that shaky start to the seasons that we had. Definitely looking forward to this game against stronger opponents than our last two games, but definitely appreciated having kind of some softer competition that we can kind of have a quick install of an identity into this team and kind of figure it out a standard strategy that we can kind of base the rest of our games off of. And yeah, kind of got our weapons going, and hopefully we can just keep on some good momentum and using these two games to really jump at us into the rest of the season. Coming off that Giants game, I'm really gonna harp on that one, kind of moving forward. Not really gonna talk about the Browns one too much. But yeah, I think that game was labeled correctly so as Saquon's revenge game. He was a monster in that game. He really led the charge. He was the heartbeat of the team. You can really tell a lot of the guys were really playing for him. And yeah, you can tell from the jump when he picked up that that catch and ran straight through the Giants corner. Definitely see he was ready to go from the jump, and I think that was really good for our team to really just see the really almost everything that Saquon could bring to the table and really show how good of a player he is and how much we can really build off him. I think is the most important thing, is just really using him to kind of kickstart our offense that's full of elite talent. This roster is very good, and Saquon can really just it's really crazy that you can say he can just really be the ignition piece of the offense, even though he's much more. He can be an entire office himself, and we're able to use him as part, and he's able to play a role amongst other elite players, and I think that's really exciting for this team. I think some of the dangers with kind of just labeling that game, the Saquon game, is just because the Saquon revenge game, I should say, just because there's a lot of things that we can really take from that game, and I don't want it to that kind of label to cause a distraction. I think we played and kind of showed a very similar game plan that we did to our Super Bowl year and many years following, successful years following, where we assert, dominate, and own the running game from the jump, and then everything else follows that. I think obviously it was the Giants, a weaker opponent, but in earlier episodes, I was always harping on just having an identity for this team and just really holding a standard that we can really just copy and paste and kind of just hang our hat on. All of our special additions to game plans for specific teams aren't going to work every week, so it's really important to just have something we can hang our hat on. And when you have a player like Saquon Barkley and an amazing O line, there you go. It kind of creates itself, kind of how we have to build the identity of this team. I'm saying it week in and week out, and shamelessly gonna keep at it because that's what we need to do. That's what Nick Sirianni needs to instill in this team. And yeah, I think, as I said, these last two games were weaker opponents, but I think that was kind of needed because we needed a quick installation. We needed a quick boost, just a quick shot on the arm to really just get us going and show and prove to ourselves, the rest of the league, other teams that we're playing, just how much talent that this team has. And it's very exciting just to see us show the ability to do that. So yeah, just those are some of the things I like, just the way the offensive line dominated. I think they were really playing for Saquon in this game as a Saquon revenge game, but we need that in every other game. We need every game to be like a Saquon revenge game. I just obviously love the play of Saquon. I'm going to talk a little bit later about that and how I would like to see Nick handle that and the coaching staff handle that. And yeah, just really excited to see the run game and kind of just see Jalen Hurts click with AJ Brown on some really nice passes. Yeah, it was just really good to see just an elite offense be elite, no matter who we're playing. Some of the things I didn't like, and just would really hope are getting checked. And yeah, just almost it made me nervous, kind of, but obviously have to see if it really becomes a concern and replays itself. And that is, there was a specific moment where I believe it was third and short. I almost wanted to say third and three. I'm not sure. But Devontae ran, I think it was a drag right over the middle. And he would have had the yards kind of just almost at the beginning of the route, just from the jump. It was obvious he had the space to catch, and I think even just on the catch he would have had the first down, and Jalen Hurts just almost just watched him just run out of bounds, and then I think he tried to put the ball on him and it was too late. Regardless, and then following, we decided to go for it, I believe, or maybe it was the third down conversion. It was a second down to into third down, but I'm pretty sure it was a fourth down conversion where we threw a touchdown to AJ Brown on a go route. I think it was a pretty well placed ball, but good catch from AJ. Yeah, I think very exciting that we got the touchdown. The coaches were very excited. They were acting like we won the Super Bowl after that touchdown, and it was just almost a little concerning because that third and three prior, it was just kind of like who is going to tell Jalen, who's checking Jalen about that, who's holding him accountable for that play. I think it was just that specific play just burned in my mind. It was very scary, and then the reaction following, I think, like, yeah, it was a big play, it was a big touchdown, but I think that was just kind of just a key moment that we can kind of key on to see where this head coaching staff's head is at. The head coaching, I say the coaching staff as a whole, but narrowing on Nick Sirianni, how he handles that situation. Obviously, I'm not on the sideline. I don't see everything. I'm not saying that nothing was said to Jalen about that play. All I'm saying is something needed to be said to Jalen about that play, because third and three against the Giants, you miss that, go for it on fourth and three, kind of a looser feeling when you're playing the Giants, but imagine that's third and three in the playoffs against the Lions. Like, we need that play 10 out of 10 times. That has to be, honestly, the fact that that was even allowed, like, that play, like, we even got that open, like, that just has to be money for us every single time from Jalen. Not saying I'm totally nervous, but just a moment that I'm hoping the coaching staff is holding them accountable for. And again, not saying they didn't, just saying that they really needed to. And kind of sticking on that topic, in the weekly Nick Sirianni check-in, just things I want to see from them moving forward, is, yeah, just challenging Saquon, the team, the coaching staff to really show that game to be the standard for him and his play while he's with this team. Hopefully to when he retires, just kind of just centering every game should really just center around Saquon, be built off his abilities to affect the game. And yeah, he will make any and every game just much easier. Just really want to push for that, not to just be a great game against kind of a weaker opponent, but just really push for that to be the standard and what we look for on this team. And then again, holding Jalen accountable for just every kind of just play, every function, every mechanic, within reason, and not just kind of focusing on the outcome of the drive. Again, not saying that was the case, but I think that was just an interesting little point in the game that I noticed, and kind of just showed a little bit of the personalities of our coaching staff. I think there was just a really big mistake, and they just kind of I think it was a really big mistake, because in other games, more important games or important moments, that's going to be huge. We're going to need it every time, as I'm over hampering on right now. And yeah, just gotta just keep setting standards, and that was a good way to see that. And then definitely want to see Devontae Smith getting more involved, kind of just sticking a little more, digging into that point. I think he is a very integral part. We've seen teams before we had AJ Brown. He's a very good receiver, and just want to just see him involved in the game. I think we're playing a really good team. this weekend. So just really excited to see how that goes, just as we're upping the levels and who we're playing. And yeah, I want to see the same results, just the same elite players making good plays, and yeah, coaches putting them in the right positions. Feeling better about the coaching staff overall going in to kind of after these two games. I meant to say, um, yeah, and just want to just keep see it continuing. Want to see them settle. Want to see this team dominating and putting our stamp on the games more often. And I think again, the way to do that is just owning the line of scrimmage both ways. Would love to see that. And yeah, we'll likely talk to you guys after this next game. Hopefully, it'll be after another win. Hopefully, Jamar Chase doesn't run all over us. And yeah, peace. Talk to you guys later.